Welcome back to the Charismatic Voice. The hugely successful German metal band Powerwolf just made a very interesting release. It's called The Monumental Mass, a cinematic metal event. This is described as a combination of live audio production and visuals. It includes costumes and acting, which make it both a concert and a stage production. I've been very eager to dive more into Powerwolf, so I'm going to check out one of their biggest hits, Demons Are a Girl's Best Friend, in this new event. Let's get to it. I love it already. I love the way that we got this feeling of big space immediately as we were entering into the song. And that was definitely in the instrumentation. It felt orchestral, but then you got this like incredible church organ kind of sound that's happening. And oh my goodness, the set, it looks amazing. I love even, oh my gosh, yes, thank you. Wow, the keyboard and the way it's honestly, it looks like there's two keyboards that he's got going there, I think. Yeah, oh, that's so cool. I love their stands. Oh, and I love the stained glass in the background and the costumes and the makeup. There's just so much detail and goodness that's happening in here. Oh, wow. Okay, back to the beginning. Woo! Let's try this again. Oh, the strings there are great. And the bell. Those very, very churchly. Oh, how did I forget about the fire? The fire is amazing. And the fog. Wow. Production value is crazy.
We were the night before the dawn. We were the dark when light is gone. For there's a phantom lost away. They wanna make you bend and scream. They wanna take your hand and lead. You're in the light of Venus, girl. Don't let them take.
Karsten, the lead singer, or Attila, I think is his stage personality. He does so well on the singing end. I really like his voice. I think he has a very attractive sound, first of all. It has, within the center of it, such a clean, a clarity in the pitch production already. But then that little distortion that he adds, it feels very manly. It's got a certain danger in it at the same time. I like the depth and the clarity that he's able to achieve in his sound. And then I also just really, really like his enunciation. A lot of times it feels towards the more classical side or even maybe musical theater Broadway kind of side. He has more opening in some of his vowels, which makes it feel almost like a little more Phantom of the Opera, where it's that kind of hybrid almost between opera and Broadway. And that really suits, I think, the grandioseness of this particular video. I want to go back some here. Oh, man.
We were the night before the dawn.
Okay, just like watch the space inside. He has a lot more space here. So it's like the opposite of grunge, which you maybe have seen quite a bit on this channel when they're closing the space up quite a bit. Or a lot of times there are styles that want to have a more nasal sound. They'll close space up, drop the soft palate, send the sound out through their nose a little more instead. And he is really opening that space. You can even see here in the way he's taking a breath. there's a lot of open space, and he's really opening and chewing through each of these words to give them each a lot of space and clarity.
Beware the night before the dawn. Beware the dark when light is gone, for there's a phantom lost away. They wanna make you bend and scream. They wanna take your hand and lead you in the light of Venus, girl. Don't let them take you for a ride. Forget the Lord across the night and let your carnal lost prevail tonight. Oh, 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 oh. Demons come at night and they bring the end. Oh, 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 oh. Demons are a girl's best friend.
This is really catchy. It's really catchy. It makes you want to sing along, especially on the O's, because you don't have to think about what the words are. You're just like, oh yeah, I know this melody, and it's a really catchy melody. They're good at making catchy melodies. It's also in the way he rounds his vowels a little bit. So instead of singing night, which is like very forward in the face, and it's almost has like an edge to it, night is how he uses that particular vowel, which is a diphthong too, by the way. And there's a little more roundness in the space. This roundness is something that is seen more often in classical singers, for sure. And so that's what gives him that slightly more elegant, I want to say elevated, but it's not truly elevated. It's just sort of like a certain sound that goes with a type of music. And we associate that roundness often then with that classical style, or something that feels maybe a little bit more formal. Back a little bit. I just have to say, I love the play on words of making it demons are a girl's best friend instead of diamonds are a girl's best friend. That is so clever. Very, very smart of them. Beware the fire in their eyes. Beware of hormone-driven lies, for there's a truth behind the veil. They make your blood up black and white. Protect the grade between your thighs, your antidote of evil, girl. One of the other things that I saw last time I heard them, for the first time too, one of the things that I think is very, very good in his voice is the way that he continues to give a lot of oomph in the lower register. Voices naturally are quiet, or quieter, I should say, when you go lower. Most voices. Sometimes you have these basso profundos, when they go down, it feels like the whole room is shaking, but often that is partly because basses often will bring their mouth very close to the microphone when they are singing low notes to help create that boomy sound. In his case, I think he's just able to maintain a dynamic level that is very, very good and has an evenness to it, no matter when he goes high or low. That can be helped by things in post-production too, like compression. There are all kinds of different plugins that you can put on the vocal line to make it seem like it's a steady volume. But I know that some of this is him, and at least some of it, probably quite a bit of it is him, where he's singing still very, very full in that lower register. And then as he goes higher, he's still got fullness, but he isn't blasting extra through the top. Instead, we get this really lovely evenness throughout the sound. They make your blood up black and white. Protect the grade between your thighs, your antidote of evil, girl. Oh my. Resurrected to the sky, and wave all innocence goodbye, and let desire take command tonight. Ooh, I like that praise there. there's some really cool things that they have going on in that break.
Says goodbye and let desire take command tonight.
Wow. One of my favorite things to do is when they have a big break like that is to try and listen to how many sounds are allowed to linger. When a person has production on a track, they can choose which sounds they want to reverberate when that break hits, when the silence is dropped. And I understand in this production, they had live audio production that was just very, very stellar. So I'm listening to that and thinking, wow, that is such a cool effect. It almost sounds like there was a sword that was drawn out right in there. Of course, we have his lingering vocal. Sounds like there's some sort of lingering rumble as well. It's so cool to think about which sounds should we let continue on. Okay, one more time.
And let desire take command tonight. Demons come at night and they bring the end. Demons are a girl's best friend.
Whoa.
Demons come alive.
Oh my. Wow. I didn't expect these nuns to have these outfits underneath. Woo! Very, 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 they look very nice. And that makes sense, I guess, because demons are a girl's best friend. I guess it's essentially about the temptation. And there are lots of really sizzly lyrics. And let your carnal lust prevail tonight. It's like, I feel like Karsten's character is tempting them and has succeeded at tempting them for sure. My goodness.
Demons come alive and they take command. Demons are a girl's best friend. And when you sleep is
Oh, I'm so excited for this next section. It had a really big tonal shift. I love the way that we are continually hearing this organ and these melodies, in that organ, and it's echoed. I think it's doubled in other instruments as well. It has that church feeling. And as I'm starting to get to know Powerwolf better, it seems like there's a lot of theme or thematic content essentially about good and evil and the struggle of they're werewolves, which definitely, that's got that evil in the night kind of idea. But I think that having a church organ in particular is one of the best instruments that they could have chosen. It depicts that godly feeling very clearly, yet it's playing out this melody that feels almost pop-like in the way it's got a really big catchiness to it. So it's the perfect choice for that crossover that this band is completing. Man, I bet that this was really fun to put together. Oh, those heels though.
and when you sleep is haunted in the night. Girl, don't you dare to seek for candlelight. 'Cause in the dark your demons come as carnal dynamite.
Ooh, key change? I think that's a key change coming up. The change in the space of his voice is fantastic. That's production side, okay? Basically, I think they've put a different reverb on him, which makes him sound almost like he's somewhere else, or maybe in a side room of the church.
Girl, don't you dare to seek for candlelight, 'cause in the dark your demons come as carnal dynamite.
It sounded like maybe dynamite is where they faded him back into the other
Girl,
space.
don't you dare to seek for candlelight, 'cause in the dark your demons come.
Also, this tingling in the background, like, it's like it almost sounds like lots of little chimes, is so cool. It's such a huge contrast to the big boomy drums we have underneath, and then his voice is going to sit essentially sonically right in the middle of those two.
And when you sleep is haunted in the night, girl, don't you dare to seek for candlelight, 'cause in the dark your demons come as carnal dynamite. Demons of the night, come and take hold.
What a great way to give us a sudden, the sudden satisfaction of a drop back in. Not only is the sound all re-entering, and they give us that moment where it's a lot quieter, but the sound also is re-entering a step up for a key change, and that automatically is going to make people's blood pound harder. It's cool.
As carnal dynamite.
Yeah.
Demons of the night, come and take hold. Demons are a girl's best friend.
Oh, next time.
Demons in the fights, come and make them stand. Demons are a girl's best friend.
Ooh, I love the way at the very end he adds an extra growl, and like he gives a really good growl off of it.
Demons are a girl's best friend.
Whoa. Oh, and that face is great. This is such a cool event. I love the idea of making it a concert with tons of attention to just beautiful audio. But at the same time, we have the story and we have the costumes and the acting and the incredible set fire and fog and all. And it weaves together in a way that is very entertaining and very, very good. I am a big fan. Obviously, Powerwolf is just incredible, and they're one of the many, many artists that Napalm has that is incredible. So if you want to see some more incredible artists, including Powerwolf, you can check out this playlist over here. I'll see you soon.